Alright folks, today I've got something really exciting, the Klarus XT11X. It's a 3200 lumen, 18650 battery powered flashlight with onboard charging that follows the Klarus XT series. That's the series of lights that has the two switches on the tail cap, and it's still got a side switch, a battery indicator, a USB rechargeable, and it's a IXP 8 waterproof rated. So let's get into what comes with this amazing light. Alright, so what you get with the Klarus XT11X. So you get the light. It has a included 18650 battery. It is a 3100 milliamp hour protected cell. It does not have the USB charging port on it or anything like that. It already has it on the light. The light itself has a spring on both ends of the light. There's a spring there. There's a spring on the tail cap. So you can drop this or mount it to a weapon or something like that, and the battery does not absorb the vibration recoil. The springs on each side of the battery absorb that impact. So it also has a removable clip on the end here, and it has a removable stripe bezel on the front. And I always leave that on because I've found that if you drop this and bend it, this won't go back on there. So there it is. There's the light that comes with it. You get the instruction manual. You get a couple of cards that Klarus sends out anytime they send out a new light. They have a something called the Klarus Design Promotion, where they want you to send them ideas about the current lights they have, about any new lights that are coming out, and then they have a little bit of advertisement on some lights that they're pushing at the time that you purchased yours. So there's that. And then there's the how to join the Klarus monthly prize drawing, information on that. And then they included a really nice holster with this light. It fits in it well. Alright, and it's got a strap here that unvelcros, so you could put it through something, a loop that's made on a bag, and then behind that there is a belt loop, so you can mount this to your belt or a bag or whatever you want to, and then there's a clip on there in case you want to clip it to something. And the Velcro on it's pretty good. I mean, it's solid. It's not just going to pop loose. You got to try to get it loose. Okay, so the holster's good, and that's what you get with the light. Now, since I ordered this from SKYBEN Trade on Amazon, or since they sent it to me for review, the one they sent me includes a SKYBEN LED light. And if you don't have these or are familiar with this at all, these are pretty handy around the house, because I end up with those charging boxes that comes with your phone, that comes with every device you get. Oh, I'm sorry, there's also a cable included with the light, a USB cable. But these little LED lights will plug into a battery power bank, and they make an excellent little flashlight. I mean, it's plenty of light to see anything, and it's a floodlight. So you get that for free that comes with the light, and you also get a lanyard, which I don't use. So alright, let's get into what this light does. Alright, Klarus has come out with several variations in the XT series. There's the XT11S, there's the XT11GT. It all follows kind of the same format here. It's a black tactical style light with their proprietary switches on the back that has two switches on the tail cap, and a side switch that includes a power indicator and a USB recharging port. So it's basically the same light. They just put different heads or bezels on there with different LEDs in there that gives it more range or more flood or a brighter output. So this is the XT11S. It includes, it has an 1100 lumen output, and it runs for like, I don't know, like an hour. But they have the XT11 GT, I believe. It has a 2000 lumen output, and it runs for half the time, and it looks exactly the same. It's the same setup and everything. But today we have the XT11S. I'm sorry, the XT11X, and it is a 3200 lumen flashlight, and it's got some of the run times here is 45 minutes on 3200 lumens. Then it goes down to 400 lumens. 400 lumens runs for 4 hours. It'll go down to 400 lumens before that 3200 because of the heat. It'll go down. If you run it on the medium level, the 100 lumens is 16 hours, the low is 15, and it has a strobe and an SOS feature. It's also IPX8 waterproof resistant, or up to 2 meters, and it's impact resistant for 1 meter. And then your beam distance is 283 lumens on this model. See, the XT11S is a 330 lumen, so you get a much more focused beam when you shine this one right in the middle. And then the XT11S gives you all flood. I mean, it's just all flood. There's no really a hot spot. I mean, there's barely a hot spot right in the middle, but you can only really see it on camera. In real life, you don't see it. So that's the difference. The heads on the XT11S is rocking the XHP70.2 P2 LED, and it's just an amazing LED with a lot of output. I mean, these are the same setup on the lights, but I mean, look at the difference in the LED in there. I mean, that's just a big, nice, beautiful LED, and it's got that orange peel reflector to break it up to make it smooth, so you don't have that hot spot like this one does. So, I mean, it's almost the exact same light all the way around. Diameter, the clips, the switches on the side, the switches on the back, all of it's the same, except for when you get past this switch right here and past that little line, they have different heads on them. You see, this one's a deeper head, and it's got an orange peel, and it's got a different LED in it, and this one gets much hotter than the 11S. So just to compare the two, here's your 11S, there's that hot spot, and here's your 11X. There's just flood everywhere. And it's 3200 lumens versus 1100 lumens with a hot spot. I mean, a hot spot. Okay? So, but what I want to really get into as far as the beam goes is the Klarus G20L. I don't know if you followed the Klarus, the G series, but their setup is a button here on the side and a button on the back. I just did a review on the G18. It's a much smaller version of this. But this is a 26650 battery. This was the previous or the first version of that XHP70 LED. But look at the difference in size and in battery. And these are almost the exact same beam when you take them outside. I believe this is 3200 lumens as well. So it's amazing. Do you want a tactical, flashlight with 2 tail switches on the end, with several different modes, with strobe, easy access, or do you want one that is got a different operation, and it's a much bigger light? So for me, this is a bag light. It has a holster, but it needs to go in a bag because of the side. I mean, look at that. That's a huge light. It's mag light size. I mean, not mag light size, but I mean, it's a big light. You can't put that in your pocket. It's not comfortable. This one, while it does have a bigger head than what I would call a more carryable light, this thing is carryable. It has a holster. And, man, to get the same beam out of these two, I mean, the exact... we're going to take it out here and look at it, and you tell me the difference. But these are almost the exact same beam. And for what I'm getting, if you want one to put in your bag, get that G20L, because it will tail stand. It's USB rechargeable, but it's I mean, it's just too big. But for me, they came out with one that gives me the same beam as this out of this light. So now I've got one I can put in a holster and carry if I go outside, go camping. And if you want that tactical style light with a tail switch button, and a USB charging on board and an 18650 battery, man, this one's it. So let's get into how you can set this light up. So what I really love about this, we're going to assume you've never seen one of these lights, is the big button gives me turbo, 3200 lumens. And every time I turn it on, that little light lights up, see it? And when it's green, that means it is above 70%. Actually, when it's green, it's 70 to 100% capacity is remaining. When that little light turns orange, when you first turn it on, it'll come on for a couple of seconds. It comes on 5 seconds. That's how long it comes on. When it comes on, if it's green, it's 70 to 100%. When it turns orange and stays on for 5 seconds, it'll be 30 to 70%. So you're below 70%. Oh, look at that. It turned orange on us. See it? So now it is 70 to 30% is remaining in there. And then when it gets red, less than 30% is remaining. And then when it's red flashing, less than 10% is remaining. So you'll turn it on, and if you look at that little red light and it's flashing, you got less than 10%. I don't know how much life you'll get out of that 3200 lumens, or if you'll even get 3200 lumens at less than 10%. But, so there you go. So the big button gives you the turbo mode, and then the little button, there's a couple of ways you can set this light up. So I've got it set up in the outdoor setting mode, which is the tail switch gives me low mode. And on low mode on this light, we are at 15 lumens. Man, this 15 lumens is actually a little too bright. But this is a high output flashlight. Everything about this light is too bright. I mean, 3200 lumens, I mean, it's crazy for carrying in your pocket. So 15 lumens on the lowest mode is way bright. If you carry this on you, you'll blind yourself if you try to read something on 3200 lumens. I mean on 15 lumens, it's so bright at night. But it's still usable. I mean, it's still a good light. I still like it. And I'm glad that I have the feature of turbo or low. And now, so with the little button, with the big button, you have momentary access to turbo. So I can push it, and if I let go, it comes off. And if I push and click, it will stay on. The little button is momentary. I can click it, and it will go off. But if I click it for like 2 seconds, it stays on. So that way, if you want to go into momentary on the low mode, you let go after a couple of seconds, it'll stay on. And you can push and hold again, and it will turn off. So if you turn it on turbo, and then click the button from on, it takes you through the modes. You'll go through all the modes. Except for the SOS. You can't get to SOS this way. Okay. If you take the little switch to go into low mode and hold it, and you stay on, and once you let it go and begin clicking it again, you will go through the different modes. So I really like that, because that gives me the ability to go to turbo, go to low, momentary on both, or keep it on both. Or constant pressure on both, I'm sorry. So constant pressure is having to hold it and it stay on. Momentary is you touch it and it stays on. So then you have the side switch. On this one, I have the side switch locked out. That's the way I carry it. I keep that side switch locked out, because I found that even in the holster, this will get depressed. Either by the holster or by, if you put it on the rough side of the holster, the hard side, it'll press it getting in and out of the car. If you put it on the soft side, when you bump into stuff, it'll press it. So I haven't found a way that works out well for me. It always gets bumped, so I lock it out. When it's locked out, when you press it, it'll blink at you a bunch of times. If it is not locked out, when you press it, it will turn on. So the side switch remembers what mode you had it in. So on this light, they're the same. They operate the same way. So I'm just going to hold them side by side versus changing the modes. So on this one, I press it and it's locked out. So it's going to stay. It won't do anything. On this one, when I press it, it goes into the last mode I had it in on the side switch. So it will stay in that mode. So you see, I can change it to turbo, turn it off, and then when I push it again, it'll be in turbo again. So this side switch, when it's on, you can click it a bunch of times, and it will go through the modes. If I double click, that's how I get to my strobe from my side switch. So that's your side switch. I don't like that getting bumped, so I keep it locked out. Now with it locked out, all you got to do is press and hold. I take that back. All you have to do is press it 3 times and it begins working. So I really like that because I don't like a press and hold button. So if I want to lock it out, I press and hold till it comes on, and then it blinks at me, and now it's locked out. So now I've locked the switch out, and this one's not locked out. So what I can do is press and hold. It'll come on and then go off or flash, and then that lets me know it's locked out. There we go. So now I'm locked out on both. If I want to unlock it, triple press, and it comes on. So I really like that you have to triple press it, because in a pouch or a bag, if you press and hold, I can do that just by sitting down, right? So I really dislike that. I like that you have to triple press this light to turn it on, to unlock the switch. Okay, the different modes. So here are your 2 different modes. This light is in the outdoor setting mode. This light is in the tactical setting. So this little button gives me access to strobe. And this button gives me access to high. And this button gives me access to the last mode it remembered. So that gives you some options. Or you can set the light up like I have it here. Low mode, high mode. Strobe mode, high mode. Does nothing or goes to whatever I had it in last. So you could set this to the lowest mode. And now I have instant access to low. So in the tactical setting, you could go strobe, high, or low. In this mode, I've got it set up to where it goes low, high, and nothing, because that's the way I want it. So I really like the setups on these. You go through the manual and it'll teach you how to set it up. You just hold down some buttons and it'll change from outdoor to tactical mode. And then also the difference between outdoor and tactical is you have less or more settings. You'll see here that on tactical mode I have 3 settings. But if I go to the side switch, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 settings. So there's 1 extra setting in there. So that gives you a lot of options as far as what you want to do with a light. And that's what makes a light a great light, is the more it can do. So the best light out there is the one that you have on you. So if I'm out and I have this light and I need to change a flat, I may change the modes real quick and decide I don't need a strobe mode and I don't want to accidentally bump strobe mode, so I'm not going to have it on. Or I could lock out the side switch. Or if I'm in a law enforcement or military capacity, I could leave it in the tactical mode and leave that side switch locked out until I'm ready to use some of the other modes, and then just unlock the switch and go into those modes. So this is a really versatile light, and I really like it. And I really like it because it gives me, I mean, this is 3200 lumens. Or 1500 lumens at the touch of, 15 lumens at the touch of a finger. I can lock out my switch. I can take off the bezel if I don't want it. I can take off the side switch if I don't want it. The side clip. It comes with a holster. I mean, this is just a really useful light, and that's what kind of light I want. The only thing this won't do is, it does everything. The only thing is, because the head is so big, this is hard to carry in your pocket. Anyway, it's a really good light that I like. Everything about it. Let's take this thing outside and compare it at the. Let's just compare all 3 of these lights. All right, when we get out there, so we can look at how 1100 lumens with distance looks. This will be 2300 lumens flood and 2300 lumens flood. 26,650 battery, 18,650 battery, and we'll see the difference in how the lights perform, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is the Klarus XT11X night shot, and we're going to compare it to the Klarus 20L. So this one's a 26-650 light, and this one is an 18-650 light, and they have almost the exact same beam with a huge difference in the size of light. So let's get to it. We'll keep the XT11S, the one you care about, on the left. So here is the XT11X. It is about 100 feet to that tree in the back there, the one right beside the finger. So that's about 100 feet away. It's like 95 feet. Okay, so there it is. You see I'm lighting up everything between here and there. If I get it out there some and shine it up, you can see it's on the ground in front of me and then all the way back there. And I got a little bit of fog rolling in, interfering with our video, but hopefully you'll enjoy it more. Okay, so let's look at the G20L. So that's our G20L. XT11X, the 20L. And you can see that tree back there staying about the same. There is so little difference that the video doesn't even really pick it up. But to my naked eye, they actually look the same. I can't even, I mean, it feels like somebody's using a different, maybe, shade of light when you use it. But it's the same coverage, the same distance. So this is a tree that's near us. This is the 11X. See it? It's lighting everything up. So you get that giant flood. And there's the 20L. 11X. 20L. So it's amazing to me how you get the exact same flood out of this. And but it's a different light. A different size altogether. I mean, it's just amazing the difference in size. There's a house across the street. There's the 20L and the 11X. 20L, 11X. And now this is the Klarus XT11S. It's the one that has more distance, but it's only 1100 lumens. So you see that? It gives us a little hot spot across the street. And then there's the 11X. It's just a huge flood, but almost same distance. Here is the, that's the 11S. See the tree in the back there? And there's the 11X. So you see we're getting about the same amount of throw, but just a ton of flood. There's the 11S, 11X. Alright folks, there it is. The Klarus XT11X. It has a clip on it. It is USB rechargeable. It has a battery power indicator on the side of it. Instant access to either strobe or the low mode. Instant access to high mode. A side switch that has mode memory. You can also lock out the side switch if you'd prefer. Waterproof. Has a strike bezel on it that is removable if you'd like. Thank you for watching my videos. If you liked it, leave a like. If you got any comments about it, leave a comment. I will leave a link to this light in the description below. I'll also leave a link to my Facebook page that shares content like this. I share reviews and early content when I receive packages and things such as that. So, Klarus XT11X, thank you again so much for watching Stone EDC reviews, and thank you SKYBEN for providing the equipment that makes these videos possible. So, thank you everybody.